Joining me now for more is Jan Simpson, the National President of the Canadian Union of Postal Workers. Jan, thanks for your time this morning. So we just heard
Good
that
morning.
wages and working conditions, that they are sticking points in these negotiations. What else is at play here, and how far apart are you on the issues?
Well, also Canada Post is trying to change our pension plan, as well as we want to encourage Canada Post to grow the business. So for us, we're trying our best to grow the business, but also improve the working conditions, get fair wages for our members as well. There's been a lot of many years of bargaining that has happened through arbitration, and there's many outstanding issues still.
You mentioned that you're trying to grow the business. Canada Post hasn't turned a profit in years. Given that fact, is there a concern that this strike will be a further hit to the company financially, that will put it in a position where it's unable to offer employees a better deal than the one that's already been offered?
So Canada Post, before we did bargaining, they called it a strategic investment in the future of the company. They have they opened a processing plant in Scarborough that processes parcels, because we know letter mail is down and the parcels is where the logistics companies are now going. Also, they have bought many vehicles that are sitting unused across this country, and they paid themselves bonuses. The decisions that have been made to put Canada Post in the situation that they're in now are not mistakes that the workers have made, and we should not be made to pay for this.
So the timing of this is going to be difficult for a lot of businesses, considering it's Black Friday on the horizon and it's holiday season as well. So what do you say to small businesses whose bottom line could be impacted by this, and also to everyday Canadians who are trying to send their parcels and letters to loved ones?
CUPW started bargaining over a year with Canada Post because we wanted to try to not, to get it settled before any real damage could be done. And for us, this was a last resort. Canada Post also issued a lockout notice to our members on Monday as well. And what happened now, they've laid off some of the workers who actually work there at Canada Post. They stopped our benefits as well. We're trying our best. We'll be at the table again today with Canada Post, trying to negotiate collective agreements that will help Canada Post grow the business, but also ensure that workers' issues and concerns are also addressed.
Jan, you mentioned that you'll be back at the bargaining table again today. How long do you see this strike going on for?
Well, we're trying our best to get collective agreements negotiated. So hopefully we can get there today. And if that happens, then we'll be able to go back to work. But for us, I encourage the public to go to cupw.ca and read more about our demands and to see how they can help us to get back to the bargaining table and ensure that we get a fair collective agreement, because we know those done at the table are the best ones. Ones that are arbitrated are not the best collective agreements. We need people on both sides of the table with expertise and knowledge on the files.
So you just mentioned arbitration. There's been some talk about whether the government would intervene in this dispute, as it has in previous strikes. Most recently, it ordered binding arbitration in relation to a labour dispute at Canada's biggest ports. Do you see that government intervention could occur here, and are you concerned about that happening?
Government intervention is never good, because then employers sit back and don't come to the table and bargain in good faith. And then this is what happens. You end up with dragged out negotiations, issues that are not dealt with. And Canada Post is trying to fix like 9-10 years of bargaining in one round of negotiations. And that's not going to happen.
All right, Jan Simpson, we know it's a busy day for you today, so we appreciate your time coming on the show and explaining your position to us. Jan Simpson is the National President of the Canadian Union of Postal Workers. Thank you.